The classroom buzzes with the chaotic, jittery energy of fourth graders moments before a presentation. Sunlight pours through the tall windows, illuminating posters of presidents, timelines, and poorly drawn maps taped crookedly on the walls. At the front of the room stands Mr. Henderson, mid-40s, shoulders squared like a man who believes himself to be the sharpest mind in any room he enters. His polyester tie hangs stiffly, and he taps a red marker against his arm as though keeping rhythm with his own impatience. Across from him stands Lily Clayton, 10 years old, clutching her grandfather's sleeve. She's nervous, her scuffed sneakers planted unevenly on the carpet, her lip trembling. Beside her sits Roger Clayton, 82, frail, quiet, and hunched in a too small blue plastic chair. He wears a faded red tweed jacket worn soft by hands long gone, his thin fingers shaking slightly atop a wooden cane. His eyes, pale and watery, drift toward the American flag in the corner with reverence and grief. "Mr. Henderson." Voice dipped in condescension. "Lily, is this supposed to be a history presentation, or a creative writing exercise?" The class snickers. Lily swallows hard. "Lily. It is history, sir. My pop was a frogman before the Navy SEALs were even famous." More snickers. One boy croaks like a frog, another girl giggles behind her hand. Mr. Henderson sighs dramatically. "Mr. Henderson." "Lily, look at him. I'm sure your grandfather is a very sweet man, maybe he worked as a clerk or mailman or something. But the SEALs, that's an elite force. They don't sit in fourth grade classrooms wearing jackets that look like thrift store leftovers." Roger keeps his gaze on the flag, unmoving, breathing slow and steady. Lily's hands tremble as she pulls a photograph from her pocket. A black and white snapshot of shirtless young men on a beach, rifles raised, faces streaked in mud. "Lily." He's not a liar. Before she can finish, Mr. Henderson snatches the photo and tosses it onto his desk. "Mr. Henderson. Anyone can print a photo from the internet, Lily. Stolen valor is serious. We don't praise people who make up fake glory." A hush falls, Lily's eyes brim with tears. Roger shifts but doesn't speak. His hand rests on Lily's shoulder, steadying, shielding, silent. "Mr. Henderson." To Roger. "Sir, I need you to wait in the hallway. You're enabling a fantasy and it's not healthy." Roger's head lifts slowly. Age clouds his eyes, but behind the fog for a fleeting second, something sharp glints, something ancient, a predator remembering itself. "Roger." Low gravelly. "I'm just here to support the girl." More laughter, the teacher smirks triumphantly. But in the back row sits Jim Miller, 38, former Marine. He watches the exchange with growing unease. When Roger lifted his head, Jim felt a familiar chill, the same one he'd felt years ago standing beside men who carried secrets carved into their bones. Jim's eyes narrow, he scans the red tweed jacket, and then he sees it. A tiny, blackened metal pin, the old trident, the one worn by the original frogmen. Jim's breath catches. Clayton, Roger Clayton. The name hits him like a sledgehammer. He discreetly pulls out his phone and texts a contact at Coronado Base. Jim's text. "Roger the Reaper, Clayton is being mocked by a teacher at Lincoln Elementary. Need backup." The reply appears instantly. "Do not let him leave." Jim pockets his phone, heart pounding. At the front of the room, Roger painfully rises from his seat. "Lily." "Pop, don't go, please." "Mr. Henderson." "The principal's office is down the hall. I'll be filing a report about this disruption." Roger adjusts his jacket, his fingers tremble, his dignity does not. Suddenly, a low vibration shakes the windows. The hum grows louder. Then the chopping, thunderous rhythm of helicopter blades. "Mr. Henderson." Frowning. "Is that a helicopter?" Jim stands. "Jim." "Not a drill." The building trembles as armored vehicles screech to a halt outside. Heavy car doors slam, voices shout orders. Then boom. The classroom door flies open. 8 massive figures in full tactical gear sweep in, helmets, plate carriers, and slung rifles. They move with surgical precision, clearing the room with silent efficiency. Children gasp. Mr. Henderson goes ghost white. 2 operators part and Master Chief Hayes enters, a legend in his own right. But the moment he sees Roger, his entire posture transforms. Master Chief Hayes snaps to attention, saluting with a crispness that commands reverence. Master Chief Hoyes. Master Chief Clayton. The kids stare wide-eyed, Lily's breath catches. Roger straightens as much as his old bones allow and returns the salute, imperfect but powerful. Roger. At ease, son. The operators follow suit, saluting him in unison. Master Chief Hayes kneels beside Lily, removing a morale patch from his shoulder and placing it in her hands. Master Chief Hoyes. Your grandfather isn't just a SEAL. He's the man the rest of us trained to become. Hayes stands and turns to Mr. Henderson. The air turns cold. Master Chief Hoyes. You mocked a man who carried more courage in his worst day than you have in your entire career. Mr. Henderson stammers, shrinking back. Master Chief Hoyes. You teach history, then teach the truth. Heroes don't always look like action figures. Sometimes they limp, sometimes they shake, sometimes they wear old jackets bought by the woman they loved. Hayes steps toward Roger. Master Chief Hoyes. Sir, we have a convoy outside. The recruits would be honored if you'd join us for lunch. Roger looks at Lily. Roger. How about skipping the rest of history class? Lily beams. As they exit, every SEAL stands at rigid attention, creating a corridor for the legend in the red tweed jacket. Cut 2. INT Naval Amphibious Base Mess Hall afternoon. 50 elite warriors sit around Roger, hanging on every word as he tells stories of missions half the world still knows nothing about. Lily sits proudly beside him, wearing a SEAL cap too big for her head. Lily. Pop, I think red is a cool color for a SEAL. Roger smiles, touching the tweed sleeve lovingly. Roger. Best camouflage there is, kiddo. Lets you hide in plain sight. He glances at her, eyes twinkling. Roger. But sometimes it's good to be seen. Cut 2. INT Lincoln Elementary, classroom, evening. Jim quietly rewrites a sentence on the whiteboard in red marker. Heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they wear tweed. Mr. Henderson doesn't erase it for a week.